Shalom, it's No Limit Eddie back with another video. Yeah, I got my Tanzanian shirt on. I just filmed a video talking about the realistic cost of moving to Tanzania. And then I'm filming this video right afterwards. See, I just filmed that video, man. Check it out if you haven't already. But yeah, in today's video, man, I'm gonna talk about, is Africa worth the headache? Is Africa worth the headache? Right now life is getting stressful. You got a lot of bills piling up. You got a lot of debt that you need to pay. You a few days, maybe a few weeks away from losing your job. It seemed like you're trying to do right, like you're trying to do everything you can do things the right way, and it seems like everything is going wrong. You almost feel like giving up on even coming to Africa. This type of mindset is very common. You know what I mean? This type of mindset is very common. When I was getting ready to come out to America, I would come out of America. I had probably 7,000 and past due rents to pay. Most likely cleared that up. I had around I had my car loan, which is like another 13,000. Most likely cleared that up. I had a lot of anxiety about certain situations that could cause me to not be able to, you know what I mean? How do you say, come out of the country? And the Most High, you know what I mean, make sure none of those things manifested. And it seems like it's a very common situation when you're coming out of America for a lot of things to start going wrong as you begin to really make your preparations. And you may begin to question, yo, is Africa worth it? Like, is it worth it? Or should I just give up? It's getting hard. It's getting difficult. It's getting strenuous. You know, I would say that's super common from the people that I talk to. So I'm just gonna tell some stories that just happened to me, during my time here, and I'll tell a general theme as why of how all these stories correlate and why I think Africa's worth it. Like towards the end of the video, so watch until the end. All right. So I'm in Tanzania. I paid the money for the student visa. I'm doing all this stuff. I realized that visa's not coming through. I realized that I left the wrong people in charge of certain things back in the States, and a lot of things were going wrong at that point. So as a result, I probably okay. So $1,000 was lost on the school. 1,400 was taken. Then I spent another 1,500 on flights, and then another 150 on that COVID test to leave out. So I probably spent probably 3 grand, maybe more than that, or I probably lost 3 grand, maybe more than that. And so I'm in the States now. I'm doing what I need to do. I'm handling what I need to handle. And for one reason or another, I need to come back a little bit earlier. I need to come back to Tanzania a little bit earlier, just because things get a little dicey. If you haven't seen those videos, check those videos out. When I went back to LA, things get a little dicey, whatever. So I'm leaving a little earlier than I expected. So I'm like, they got to spend all this money. I done lost all this money. So I hit up. There's somebody that I met while I was in Tanzania, right? And I say somebody I met when I was in Tanzania, and as I'm going through the process of going back to the States to put put the house in order, put the house in order. He always letting me know, yo, if you need anything, let me know. If you need anything, let me know. He makes sure to stress that point. And so now, okay, I'm getting ready to leave. I'm getting ready to leave the States and go back to Tanzania. And I'm leaving earlier than I expected. You know what I mean? And so I said, okay, I need to get this COVID test and do all this stuff. I started looking around for COVID tests, and the test is $175. I'm like, wow, this is expensive. So at this point, I say, man, like, do I really want to spend this money on it right now and do all this? And I got to still buy the ticket out and all this stuff. So I'm like, man. So I hit him up. I say, yo, like, I need to do this COVID test. It's $175. Could you spot me on it? I'm telling you, maybe from the time I sent the PayPal to the time the money was in my account, 10 minutes. You know what I mean? 10 minutes. Now, at the same time, you gotta understand, there's people that I was raised with, people that literally changed my diapers, see me from a youth, from birth up to this point, who know the situation of what's going on, know the situation of the the wickedness that may be transpiring, and they raise nothing more than an eyebrow, right? Like, this is a curious situation. You know what I mean? Nothing more than an eyebrow. Now this man, I met him. I was in Tanzania. at that time before I left, like 5 months. I would say I was in Tanzania for 5 months. I met him probably a month, a month in. So maybe I known him for 4 months, maybe 3 months, maybe 4 months, maybe 3 months. And you know what I mean, without hesitation. You know what I mean. If I asked him for something, he was quick to give it to me. You know what I mean. And he didn't like, oh yeah, pay it back, anything crazy like that. You know what I mean. And again, always if somebody bless me, I'm always gonna make sure to return it. I'm always gonna make sure to return it. You know what I mean. But without hesitation. You know what I mean. Without any conditions or anything like that. He sent it like that. And so I'm saying it's a very interesting situation that the people who are literally tied in, not tapped in, tied into me by blood, tied into me by, you know what I mean, family and different things like that, genetics, um, were less helpful in this situation, in pretty much every situation, than somebody who I literally met 3 or 4 months ago, on the continent of Africa, of course. Um, Likewise, I'm in Tanzania. You know what I mean. I'm on a live stream one day. I'm just telling a couple of stories to illustrate why I believe Africa is worth the headache, that it takes. And that comes along with it when you are looking to make that exit out, especially. Um, I'm in Tanzania. I'm on live stream. I'm just talking jazz and different things like that. Somebody is in the comments. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I've been watching your videos. Yo, all your advice has been pretty helpful. I appreciate you. I think we should link up and different things like that. Now, me, if somebody tell me, yo, let's link up or contact me or anything like that, 9 out of 10, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? I read something about just say yes to every opportunity and see where it takes you. And so I'm like, all right, bet. So I give him my email and say, yo, hit me up, and then send me your number or whatever. So we ended up linking up and different things like that. I think yeah, we linked up me and his wife, and him and his wife, and I think Shan was there too. We went up, ate coffee, whatever, chilled. The next time he like, yo, you wanna go, and he covered the meal too. He covered the meal that day. So he didn't say, yo, you wanna go and eat at the restaurant. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. Let's go ahead. Let's do it. I go that day to just link up with him, meet up with him, and he says, yo, here. Just hands me a wad of shillings. You know what I mean? Just say, yo, the Most High told me that Most High put it in my heart to sow into you. You know what I mean? I see what you're doing and I like it. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Just a real cool dude. Still talk to him to this day. You know what I mean? Even though I'm not in Tanzania, people talking about, well, I got the Tanzanian flag. I'm still, I was there for 6 months. I'm still always gonna be tied in and tapped in to a lot of things that are over there. Um, you know what I mean? But yeah, so that's another situation. And again, I probably known I met that dude twice. I met that dude twice. You know what I mean? The second time that I met him, boom, just handed me a wad of shillings just off the strength. You know what I mean? So I'm in the States. I gotta handle this stuff. I'm doing all that stuff. I gotta come back early. You know what I mean? So I hit somebody up. Yo, is it possible you got a car? I don't feel like paying for a ride to go from my spot over to from the Airbnb over to my spot. Would it be possible for you to come and pick me up? You know what I mean? From the airport. Yeah, no problem. You know what I mean? This man got him and his whole family up. You know what I mean? And in the middle of the night too. I think I came in like probably 3 a.m. You know what I mean? Him and his family up in the middle of the night to pick me up from the airport to bring me over to the house. You know what I mean? And just strictly off the love. It was no like, oh yeah, okay, let me get some gas money, or let me do this, or let me try to, you know what I mean, finesse the situation in any way. You know what I mean? I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm here. I'm living life. You know what I mean? I meet another person. I think I met this person probably 3 times. You know what I mean? One day he hits me up like, yo, I wanna take you and your sister out to go eat something. I'm like, okay, bet, cool, let's do it. We pick a little spot, we go meet up there, we talking, we chatting, you know what I mean? And this is like my really my first time getting to know this person, you know what I mean? We talking, we chatting, whatever. He just says, you know, the most I put it in my heart to I wanna pay your rent this month. You know what I mean? Just hands me a wad again of cash. And You know what I mean? Again, I met this person probably, this is my third time meeting him more than anything. Probably, probably more than likely. And, literally hands me over my rent for the month, you know. And so these are just a couple of stories. There's a lot more examples. And not all of them are financial, but now these stories, I don't know how many stories I told, but these are all revolving around physical, materialistic things for the most part. And there's many other stories that don't revolve that, but sometimes you need to put a physical or materialistic item to kind of convey a message. Um, and the message I want to convey is, to me, why Africa is worth it is because of the love that's here. I would say before coming out to Africa in the States, you know what I mean? I don't want to sound egotistical or anything like that, but the realest person I knew was myself. There was very few people who would literally live and die on the cold. You know what I mean? People were very fugazi. People were very, how you say, throw a stone then hide their hand type of people, in the States. And it wasn't until I came to Africa that I began to be surrounded by and associated with people who, just lived and operated in a spirit of love. That spirit doesn't exist. You know what I mean? In any way, shape, or form or fashion, as it does here on the continent. And so, for me, the love that you feel and the love that you share in Africa, in particular, you know what I mean, is what makes it worth it. For the most part, that to me is the main reason why Africa is worth the headache, worth the stress, and worth the learning curve that you gotta go through to be here, and to sustain yourself here, and to manage here. It's a feeling that you won't get within the States. There's gonna be times, and I'm pretty sure, I think it's more so the people who are here all operate on a similar frequency. You know what I mean? The diaspora as a whole are just a more welcoming group of people than, any regular people you might just see in your day to day neighborhood or on your day to day streets. You know what I mean? We all have a common understanding of what it's of the stress that comes along with it, but also the challenges that come along with it. And we try to help each other along the way, because that's all we got over here. So it's those are some of the stories I wanted to tell you. You know what I mean? As far as just my experience here on the continent, and why I have no plans nor any desires to live in the United States or in any other Western European country. You know what I mean? I'm overly continental. If you guys want to know the ultra intangible, the ultra impracticals about moving to Africa, in particular Tanzania, I got a book. It's called African Americans Guide to Tanzania. It's a revised edition of my Amazon bestseller, Israelites Guide to Tanzania. This revised version, it's a digital only. All right, we revised it. We made some changes. We made some adaptations to the book that make it even more helpful than before. All right. Shout out to everybody who's purchased it already. All I did so far was just drop a little a link in the community tab. But shout out to everybody who's purchased it already. We're having an introductory price at the time we filming this video. So just be prepared for that. Buy it now. Don't delay it. Don't wait. Don't get it this time. No, get it now and actually use it. Don't buy it and then not read it. You know what I mean? Buy it and actually read it and take the knowledge. Read it up. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. See you guys in the next one. Y'all willing. Peace.